Hello, and welcome back to Team 39 Rhapsody. I am your host, Tanishi, and today we will be going over my Japanese Versatile deck profile. So, Versatile has been one of my most favorite decks, even in set 7. Although he wasn't that good in set 7, he got an amazing boost from Freiheit in set 9, and with the release of Assembler and this new little dog promo, the deck has been now known for killing those crest matchups, along with being a top tier deck this format. So let's get into it. Starting off with our ride line, we play the full Blitz ride line. You can play Eva as your grade 0, just to throw your opponent off that bit much. And other builds without the dog promo have even run the prison for the grade 1 and 0, or Eva for the grade 1 and 0. However, as I have the dog promo and like this build, I play the full Blitz ride line. So, our grade 0 is of course like any other grade 0. If you went second, draw a card. We then have Straza, who says, when ridden, choose from your hand or search your deck for one grade 1 order, put it into your order zone. As this is put, it does not count as playing the order that turn. Then if you search from deck, shuffle. If you played from hand, draw 1. Continuing on, we go into Yuba. So, his first skill is once per turn, so blast 1. Choose a product card in your order zone and operate it. Operate or kadol is a keyword that basically says activate the effect of the order. So, his second skill, when ridden, put a product from your order into your drop. Search your deck for a grade 2 product card and put it into your order zone. If you put from your hand, draw 1. This is once again a put, not a play. Finally, we have the man himself, Blitz CEO Welstra. So Welstra is an amazing card, but he's very simple. All he says is that when this unit attacks a Vanguard, choose a card in your order zone that is a product and activate it, or kadol. Then, his second skill, when a product card has been operated, for this turn, this unit gets plus 5k. At maximum, you will be operating 3 to 4 products in one turn, and this is very nice as he gets plus 5k for each and activates it himself. Starting off with our grade 3s, we of course play 3 more Welstra, as this is the D era, and if you don't have Persona Ride, what are you doing? Next up, we play 3 Freischütz Maximum. So, this card cannot be played. This means it has to be put in the order zone by the effect of either the grade 2 order Freischütz, or more likely now, the grade 2 Freiheits. So, when this card is operated, choose one of your opponent's rearguards, retire it, and choose one of your opponent's Vanguard, and for this turn they lose 5k. Then, you can choose to counterblast 1, return a rearguard from your field to your hand, and call this card as a 23k attacker with 1 crit. At the end of the turn, if you called this unit, put it back in the order zone. Freischütz Maximum is the card that you want to be using almost every time on your grade 3 turn and onward. I say almost, as there are situations where you want to activate the other products. However, this is your main way of attacking. In all likeliness, you will be activating this card 2 to 3 times per turn, so you will ideally have your opponent at -2k power, retired 3 of their rear guards, and called this card once. There are cases where you will call 2 of them, and that is your big attacking turn, as it's really hard for your opponent to guard. If you have Persona, you've activated this card 3 times, you've done 5 attacks, and Versatile has its own power up from his own skill. So, this is your big boss grade 3. Starting off with our grade 2s, we have basically the most important card in this deck, Freiheit. So, this card says, counterblast 1, on place, discard 1, search your deck for a product card, and add it to your hand, or a card with the same name as your Vanguard and add it to hand. However, if your Vanguard is Versatile, instead of putting that product card into your hand, you can put it into your order zone. This is how you primarily put Freiheit Maximum into your order zone on your first grade 3 turn and not having to wait for the Persona ride. Then he says on rear, when this unit attacks, if your Vanguard is Versatile, you can Soul Blast 2 to activate an order from your order zone. Of course, it has to be a product card, and it allows you to be one of 3 ways that you're going to activate Freiheit Maximum on your grade 3 turns. He is a really good card, as not only does he allow you to search for your Persona, he allows you to forcibly put that Freiheit Maximum in your order zone on your first grade 3 turn, allowing you to push your opponent on your first grade 3. Due to this, he's a very necessary card, and of course, a 4 of. Next up, we play 4 of the promo, Versatile Assembler. Assembler says, when this unit is placed on rear, Soul Blast 1, search the top 7 of your deck for a set order, and add it to your hand and shuffle your deck. This is really good, as it allows us to search for our order cards, especially the grade 2 order. Then, once per turn, when one of your units was called by a card effect to rear this turn, this unit can gain boost. So, with our grade 2 and Freiheit Maximum, along with our grade 1 Eingarten, this allows you to give this unit boost and become a 10k booster. However, if not, they are of course a 10k attacker. This card is extremely good and would highly recommend it for this deck. Next up, we have the highly debated Zotadil. So he says, when your Freiheit Maximum has been activated, if you have not countercharged this turn, Soul Blast 1 and countercharge 1. So you either will play this card, or you'll play the grade 1 Kaiju that says, when this attack hit, countercharge 1. And the reason for that I play him is because you want to have attackers. So I want a grade 2 with 10k base. And as I know I will be using Freiheit Maximum as much as possible, and my other countercharger will be Bobo Mine, who is on attack. If I need CB during the main phase, I will want to have Zotadil. Next up, we run 4 of the new grade 2 product card, DBT0-9. So, this card says, when played in the order zone, or when put in the order zone, put or played, you can get a free draw 1, soul charge 1. This not only allows you to fuel your soul for effects like Assembler and Freiheit, but allows you to also have draw power in Versatile. Then, his effect, when activated or when operated, is that if it is during your main phase, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, search for a unit card, and call it to rear. If it is during your battle phase, you draw 1 card. This not only allows you to have early game draw, but allows you to call units down and activate Versatile Assembler's skill early. On top of that, simply being put in the order zone allows you to draw a card and soul charge one, making this card a wonderfully amazing card. Next up, we have the grade 2 Freischütz. This card is pretty simple. When activated or operated, retire one of your opponent's front row rear. If there is none in the front row, choose your opponent's Vanguard, give it minus 5k. Then Order Zone, when your grade 3 Vanguard is ridden by a grade 3, put this card in the drop, search your deck for Freischütz Maximum and activate it in your Order Zone. If you played from hand, draw one. So this is like a backup in case you don't see a Freiheit. It allows you to still get Freischütz Maximum in your Order Zone, but one turn later. This is why we only run it as a one of, and you will likely not go into it, as it's highly unlikely you won't see Freiheits. We then play one Iskra. So Iskra says, if there's a product guard in your Order Zone and it has not been activated this turn yet, counterblast one, rest this unit, and operate that product. This card's really good, as it allows you to get a main phase operate and allows you to operate one more time during your turn. As it is a rest cost, as long as your opponent doesn't retire her, you can use her multiple turns over, which is why she's a really good card. Then we play one of the cutest little dog, Eingarten. So he says, during your turn, when placed in the drop from your Order Zone, you can put this card back into your Order Zone or into your soul. This not only allows him to be recycled for Straza and Yuba skill, but also allows you to gain soul if you really need it. Then, when operated, you may call this card as a 10k power, +1 crit, with boost, normal unit, and at the end of the turn, you put him back into the Order Zone. This is really nice, as you can rush early with him, being 10k, or you can call him down as a strong booster as he boosts for 10k. Then, he goes back into the Order Zone, so there's no fear of him being retired. So, he's a really good card. Next up, I play 4 effect PGs. The reason I don't play Sanctitude is simply because I couldn't get my hands on one in Japan when I was there. However, of course, as I always say, if you can't afford Sanctitude, 4 effect PGs work perfectly fine. Although, I usually optimize my decks as much as I can for you guys, unfortunately, I couldn't pick up every card I needed in Japan when I was there. However, I picked up the more budget options for what I needed. In the trigger lineup, we play 8 crit. You really do want 4 of Dekorop, the effect crit, as when he boosts, you can put him in soul, giving unit plus 2k. This is because it gives you more ways to fear your soul. However, since I don't have him, it changes my game plan by that little. However, I haven't seen it make much of a big effect yet. It's just certain games where I wish I had that one soul and I don't have it. So, if you can get your hands on Dekorop, I would recommend playing him. We then play 1 Brandgate OT, as doubling the power and crit of everything, plus giving 2 million is amazing, as like one of the best OTs ever printed. And 3 draws, especially effect draws, as we love the 10k shield, and we need the draws to make sure that we can keep going. Finally, we round it off with 4 heals. Thank you for watching my Versatile deck profile. Of course, if you are here in Global, you do not have all these cards yet. However, they likely will be coming out in the future, so please keep your eye out for them. And know that Welstra in set 9, at least in Japanese format, is a very strong deck. So, with that, please leave any comments or questions you have below, and I will see you later.